Vikings fans, is our head coach and general manager starting to butt heads? Got some I heard some interesting news today that could possibly be the case. And what are we going to do about Justin Jefferson? Oh my God.
Block. Who do you block?
Brandon Powell. You have Brandon Powell pushing Nick Mullins to get a first down. What? Why?
The Mad Pick ran out for us.
When we needed this guy over and over again, he would not be denied. On Monday Night Football.
Go Vikings.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Vikes Vibes. This is DJ, as always. Before we get into what I talked about in the intro, I want to go back to the Kirk situation once again. Probably ain't going to be the last time, to be totally honest. But going back to his contract with Atlanta. I have a different angle to look at it on why he didn't take a discount with us. Like not like a reason why, but just a different angle to look at it. So I think it was yesterday, Tuesday, that the quarterback for the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, he took a pay cut. I don't remember what the numbers were. But he took a pay cut to free up some cap space for the team. And I don't think that this is the first time he's done it. I think this is at least his second time doing that. And you look at that and you look at how the Chiefs have been, like, that's how you go to the Super Bowl. That's how you keep going to the Super Bowl. I mean, it's gotta be the one of the answers. Like, one of the reasons. It's proven. Look at the Chiefs. They just won back to back. Their third Super Bowl win in the last 4 or 5 years. I mean, Patrick Mahomes took a pay cut. Chris Jones just got re-signed. That was a big deal for them. I mean, they got a MV3, if you say, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Chris Jones. Got to keep those guys together, and Patrick Mahomes is making sure of that. And Kirk, he didn't want to do that. He would rather go get the money. Now, it's just, like I said, it's just another angle to look at this Kirk situation. And at this angle, it really makes Kirk look like he's just a very money-hungry player and is squeezing out every single cent that he possibly can. Like, if you think about it, the best place for Kirk is here. He knows the offense. This would be his third year in the offense. If he takes a pay cut, we can get some more guys in here and some more depth and try to make a run. But he clearly does not want a Super Bowl ring. All he cares about is the cash in his pocket. I thought about that before, but after hearing Patrick Mahomes taking a pay cut for the team to clear up cap space for the team, and then I go back and look at Kirk, no. Like, seriously, that makes Kirk look horrible. Kirk's got to know that this was the best place for him because he knows everything. He knows everything inside and out. KOC's offense, it's the same guy in his ear. It would have been the third year in a row. Now he's got to start all over. He doesn't have that good of weapons over there in Atlanta. And not to diss on their coaching staff, but I think that it's a little downgrade at coaching. Raheem Mostert, I mean, he could be a very good coach, but he's a rookie head coach. We have two former head coaches on our staff in Brian Flores and Mike Pettin. And then we got KOC, that was an offensive coordinator with Sean McVay. So, and Brian Flores is one of the best defensive minds in the NFL. KOC is very creative on the offensive side. I think that if Kirk would have stayed and took this discount for us, it could have been a very good thing. We could have had a very good thing going, but like I said, it's just another angle to look at things. Right now, as I'm recording this, it's about 2:00 p.m. on Wednesday. So in about an hour or two, everything's going to be official when they can actually sign their contracts. That meaning the free agents that are moving on and getting new deals and stuff. So, once that pen hits the paper, it's done. And I mean, from this angle, good riddance, Kirk. I mean, yeah, that's the main goal for every NFL player is to get to a Super Bowl. And I feel like this was your best path. Damn sure ain't gonna be through the Atlanta Falcons. So, from looking at it this way, good luck and good riddance. That's all I gotta say about that. Going back to what I said in the beginning, about Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah starting to butt heads. Now this is really interesting. And it came from Mike Florio when he was on K-Fan this morning. He had reminded us that Kevin O'Connell said numerous times, up to the combine and even at the combine, that he 100% wants Kirk Cousins back as his quarterback. But obviously that didn't happen. Was Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi not on the same page? And I mean, could this possibly be the start of problems between these two? Because Kevin O'Connell obviously said 100% he wants Kirk back. And then down the road a little ways, someone, I believe it was when Rich Eisen, I think, asked him about the Kirk situation, and his demeanor was completely different. You could just, I wish I knew exactly what he said. I can't remember, but you could just tell that the way he was talking, um, the tone of his voice, and just what he was saying, you could just you could sense that you might be losing your quarterback, and you might already know it. So I feel like maybe at that point, him and Kwesi had already talked about this, and maybe they already had a deal secretly without anyone else knowing. They offered Kirk a deal, and Kirk's like, "No, I'm gonna. I know I'm gonna get more money somewhere else, so I'm not gonna agree to that." So, um, and then Kwesi's like, "Okay, we'll go elsewhere." And then Kevin O'Connell, you know, he could be pissed off about it. Like, I'm not saying that I know that this is making them butt heads. I'm just saying that it could possibly be the start of them butting heads. It Who knows? And just the way Kevin O'Connell and Kirk Cousins worked together, and they had history back in Washington. I mean, I don't see a reason why Kevin O'Connell wouldn't want him back. It was, before he popped his Achilles in that Packers game, he was starting to, the team was starting to click. It looked really good. And I honestly think that if Kirk would have stayed, it could have gone back to that. Barring any setbacks from coming off of that injury, that's, always in the back of your mind. But I mean, this could have been just a decision Kwesi made, and kind of put KOC on the back burner and be like, well, I mean, I get the financial part of it and everything. Like I've said, in my last video, that I'm glad that we didn't try and match Atlanta, because then, we'd basically be broke. But I don't know. It's just like the Kirk situation. It's just another different angle to look at it. Like, it should be a possibility that this could be a start of some tension between our head coach and GM, possibly. But I guess we'll see. Only time will tell. So that makes me think, like, okay, when it comes to the draft time, is Kwesi gonna let Kevin O'Connell basically pick his quarterback? Like, if they basically know that, okay, Kevin O'Connell wants this guy, and we're pretty sure that in order to get this guy, we're going to have to move up, is Kwesi going to be willing to do that? And it's a very hard question to answer, because Kwesi has a tendency to trade down a lot. So I guess we'll see about that. Then I think it was yesterday, Adam Schefter reported on ESPN that before the 2023 season, Justin Jefferson turned down a contract that would have paid him $30 million a year. It's just, I don't know. I feel like maybe we should have negotiated then, because I feel like now with Kirk being gone and the salary cap going up. I don't remember what the percentage was, but with that going up and Kirk being gone, I feel like he's probably going to want even more. So what is it going to cost to get Justin Jefferson here on an extension? And one thing that Kwesi said at the combine is that we have to earn Jefferson's trust and his representatives' trust to be here long term. And us as a fan base as well. There's a lot of us fans that Kwesi's got to earn our trust too, because what we've seen already in his first couple of years, it's not good. This is a prove it draft and year, off season, whatever you want to call it. Kwesi's got to prove that he's a GM. And I believe Mike Florio said that it could very well, we will have to wait possibly till after the draft to get a contract done for Justin Jefferson, just to give us time to push money around and figure out the finances. And I guess, I don't know. At this point, if you know that you're gonna keep Justin Jefferson, which we better. I don't even want to talk about all the trade talks. I've been hearing more of that even today. I don't even want to talk about it because it's just stupid. But I think that Justin Jefferson, him being as good of a talent as he is, basically the face of this franchise, he should have somewhat of a say on who we draft as a quarterback. They should have a conversation with Justin Jefferson just so that they're on the same page. That way Jefferson's not caught off guard or surprised and be like, hey, what the hell? Like, this is what you're going to give me as a quarterback? Maybe I shouldn't have signed that contract. Like, you don't want that, like, with any player. But with this one, yeah, this one, definitely. You don't want to piss this guy off. You don't want him leaving this team. If he does, all those people that want to trade him, if he does leave, you mark my word, it's going to come back to bite us in the ass. Trust me. So moving on, so the Dalton Reisner thing is there's still nothing figured out, which I don't know. I feel like they should have re-signed him when they re-signed Quessenberry and Brandel. Dalton Reisner, I believe there's a couple other teams that are kind of interested in him, but I don't know if he's maybe waiting for us. I don't know. But he did recently post on Twitter that he's not looking for the bag. He just wants to get paid a starting guard contract, which I think is definitely reasonable. I mean, he's proved himself on just more than this team, and he's only it was like 70 some games he's played or started, and he's only missed 4 of those games with injury, so he's pretty consistent. He's not injury prone, and when he is in the game, he makes an impact. He's a difference maker. So, I mean, are you worried about this? Because I definitely am. I don't want Dalton Reisner to slip through our fingers and go somewhere else. I want him here. He's good. We need him. I just I don't know what the starting guard contract averages, but I don't know if maybe it's not in our budget. I don't know. We did just go on a shopping spree, so I mean they kind of should have thought about that beforehand. I don't know. I just think that, you know, if you're going to resign these guys, Questenberry and Brandel, why wasn't Dalton Reisner included in that group that got re-signed? It just, I don't know. It's making me nervous. I definitely want Dalton Reisner back on this team. We definitely need him. And then this is kind of it just broke. I just got a notification about it about an hour ago that the Chargers are releasing wide receiver Mike Williams. Now, I instantly, a light bulb went off in my head as soon as I saw that, because there's been a lot of talks about us trading up to the 5th spot, which is the LA Chargers. Okay, they're releasing Mike Williams, so they're going to need a wide receiver. Okay. This could possibly be good for us Vikings. The scenario that I thought of was trade KJ Osborne and our number 11 possibly for the number 5 pick. They get a wide receiver in KJ Osborne, and they could still go out and get another good wide receiver in the draft at 11. I don't think, well, other than Marvin Harrison Jr., I don't think there's going to be any other wide receivers taken before 11. So they could get 2 wide receivers for Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh, the new head coach. They could get 2 wide receivers, a veteran and a really good rookie, for 1 draft pick for 1 player. I mean, it's interesting. It could be possible. I don't know. And I'm not, I should know this, but I don't. I don't know if KJ is technically a free agent. I don't know if we can trade him. I don't know. I know that KJ said that this offseason he wants to find a contract that is going to be life-changing for him and his family. So I do believe, you know, with Justin Jefferson's contract basically hanging up in the air right now, and our financial situation, I don't see KJ staying here, honestly. He'll be somewhere else. We can't really, I don't think we can really afford a life-changing salary. I don't know exactly what that entails for KJ, but it just sounds like something that we probably aren't going to be able to offer him. So I just feel like that KJ will not be a Viking this coming season. Then kind of talking about free agency, I just wanted to kind of go over some of the bigger free agent signings that have been announced since Monday. So we got defensive tackle Christian Wilkins, who was on the Vikings radar pretty good. Like we wanted him, but he went to Las Vegas to be a Raider for 4 years, $110 million. Oof. I don't know if we could have forked out that kind of money. Running back Josh Jacobs went to the Packers, which, like I said last episode, last video, a lot of people thought that the Packers were going to have a duo with Jacobs and Aaron Jones, but then shortly after they released Aaron Jones, and he has agreed with the Vikings on a 1-year, $7 million contract. And then we all know Kirk Cousins to the Falcons, 4 years, $180 million. Running back Saquon Barkley. This is the one running back I actually had my sights set on for the Vikings to go out and get, but he stays within his division, goes to the Eagles for 3 years, $37.75 million. And then edge rusher Brian Burns. So the week, I think it was last week, he got the franchise tag, I believe, by Carolina. Well, now he's being traded from Carolina to New York for a 5-year, $150 million max contract. So that's huge. Running back Austin Eckler going to the Commanders for 2 years, $11.43 million. That just, I don't know. That one's just weird to me. Like, what? For almost $11.5 million, Austin Eckler chose the Commanders. I mean, they do have the second pick. They're probably gonna pick Jaden Daniels. So I don't know. It just kind of, it felt weird to me that he picked the Commanders. Joe Mixon, running back. So this one was weird. The Bengals had announced that they were going to release him, but then I believe the following day, they're like, no, we didn't release him, but we're trading him to the Texans. Okay, that's weird. And then running back Derrick Henry from the Titans to the Ravens, 2 years, $16 million. And then running back Tony Pollard, he goes from Dallas to Tennessee. And then edge rusher Danielle Hunter, that broke yesterday. He goes to the Texans for 2 years, $49 million. We kind of saw that coming. I felt like Danielle was not going to be a Viking anymore, and he's going back home. Basically, he's from a suburb of Houston, Texas, so he'll be closer to home, I guess. And then running back Zach Moss, he goes to the Bengals from the Colts, 2 years, $8 million. Linebacker Patrick Queen from the Ravens to the Steelers, 3 years, $41 million. And then former Viking linebacker Jordan Hicks, he went to the Browns for 2 years, $8 million. That's just some of the bigger name free agent signings that have been announced recently. So yeah, it's getting crazy. And I just got a notification now that the Vikings have signed kicker John Parker Romo. So I think they said that he's from like the XFL, and he was in a contest or something recently where he kicked a 70-yard field goal and made it. Like, holy shit, that's a leg, man. If we can get him doing that in US Bank Stadium, whoo-wee. Oh, Greg the Leg Joseph, he better watch out, bro. This new guy's coming, and he's got a big leg. Just hopefully it's accurate, strong and accurate. If that's the case, so that's interesting. That we're signing a kicker. So yeah. You guys let me know in the comments what your opinion is on all this stuff. The different angle about looking at the Kirk situation, why we haven't signed Dalton Reisner yet, the scenario about trading with the Chargers, KOC and Kwesi butting heads possibly. And then JJ's contract still looming, hanging up in the air. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. So yeah, that's all I got, and I'll see you next time. See ya.